Alrighty, guys, welcome. Welcome, one and all. Let's go ahead and just say we're playing in Banish the Snakes, obviously. Banish the Snakes. This is part 2. Hopefully, you guys watched part 1. We're about, I would guess, about halfway through this game. Just about how we're, where we're doing and how far we've made it. We're trying to convert all of Ireland. We got some of it converted to Christians. So, can we continue doing that? I don't know. Both one of our guys has got 1 life left. The other guy's got 2 life left. It's a little scary, but yeah, let's see what we got going on here. Viper Dave, what's going on, buddy? How are you? So we've got most of this area converted. We've got some of this area converted. The tough areas to the north and to the east. So hopefully, as you can see, we have St. Patrick here, the green player, and we have Palladius, the orange player. Unfortunately, we have to draw a new card, and that is going to be a red card. So we're going to have some kind of really bad event happening, which that doesn't sound good. Let's see where we're at. We also have our paganism here on the track. And past paganism in Great Britain by 1 square. So there we go. And next time it's going to be an orange square for us. So we're not getting any easier, that's for sure. All right, so we forgot to move our token over here to Palladius. So let's see what Palladius can do here. All right. Trying to adjust the camera here. There we go. All right, Phoenix Knight, what's going on? The kind of life situation is a little sketchy. Yeah, I agree. So, Palladius is down here. We've converted everything down here. That whole area is ours. We don't need to continue. I'm thinking it's a -5 druid there. We don't know what this druid is. And we're way over here, unfortunately. One, two, three. It's going to be hard to convert this guy, and especially since we only have 2 zeal left. Wow. These guys are all converted. We do have to worry about these guys, and these guys. So he's going to go 1, 2. Oh. All right. He's going to go 1, 2. He gets a free build action. Then we're going to go, that was 1, 2. And he's going to go 3 to convert this guy here, which is an automatic because we get a +3 from this guy. Boom. Oh, and he's, oh my god, he's a +4. Wow, that is huge. And then for our 4th action, we're going to automatically convert this guy. Boom. Wow, that was pretty good. Stephen Reynolds said after seeing this, I decided to play this next and will sticker and set it up tonight. All right, good. So that is it for Palladius. We'll send it over to St. Patrick and see what St. Patrick has to say. All right, we're going to be doing the orange. So this is human sacrifice. Yes, it was a thing in pagan Ireland. Human sacrifice. Remove and replace 1 pagan people from any area. remove and replace one pagan people from one area. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move and replace probably the toughest we can find, which is going to be this +6 or -6 right here. I'm going to go and replace that. And we're going to get, oops, oh, we're not going to get that one because it fell in the thing. Well, we moved it, well, we made it a -5. Oh, well. Made it slightly better. Hissy Cat Studio, what's going on? So, oh, wait a minute. Did I do this wrong? Oh, no, wait. That was the top part. Remove and replace one pagan people from any area. Then place a face-down druid in up to 2 areas with no druid or church. Your choice if option. Okay, well, we can't do that because there's no area that does not have a druid or a church. So that we can just ignore that. So that's why we're keeping the churches going, which is good. That is really good. Hissy Cat Studio. What's going on, Tim? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. We are hot and heavy here in Ireland, and it's St. Patrick's turn. Now, St. Patrick gets a +1 to convert people. We have this awesome leader, which is going to give us a +4. So that's literally a +5 to St. Patrick. +1 for the church, that's a 6. That means for 2 actions, we can convert this guy and this guy. Boop. Both of those guys convert. So we have everything in here and everything in here converted. We got half the game converted. That was his 2 actions. His 3rd action. Now the next question is, who do we work on now? I think we're going to work on... That was 2 actions. He's going to take an action to move up here. That's 3. And he has one action remaining. Actually, I want to check one thing on the actions. Okay. All right. So that was 3 actions. We're going to have 1 action remaining. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and convert the chief. The chief is a -1. And he is influenced by the king of his area. The king is actually a 0 and a Christian already. So he's actually just a -1 to convert this guy. 1 and a 1. How many times has that happened to us now? Golly. That was his last action, so we tie, so we don't lose a zeal. But, that's ridiculous. This die, I don't know. All right, so now it's Palladius' turn, and we're going to do the red event. Local skirmishing. Skirmishing with your neighbors was a constant occurrence. Local skirmishing. Lose 1 zeal. Remove a church from any area you are in. Well, he only has 2 zeal left. And now we have to lose a church from the area he's in. That's our level 1 church. That sucks. Let's see what else we have. Remove the current high king. Remove the current high king, which is this guy here. He is a good +3 for us, too. Damn. Remove him. and promote the chief from the area you are in to High King, and then replace the chief. So the chief gets promoted. Chief is a +1. He's a Christian. And the chief that comes in, a new chief, is going to be this guy. But he comes in as a Christian now because we have already converted that area to Christian. So I believe he comes in as a Christian. So it's not the worst event. And we're going to be doing green next time, so that's okay. Remove the current High King, which we did. Promote the chief from the area you're in to High King, and then replace the chief. All right. All good stuff. We did that. All right. So both of our priests are down to 1 point remaining. That's not great. That's not great at all. Right. So free action. He's going to build because I don't want any druids popping up. So I'm going to build a church as a free action. That's his special ability. So I'm going to build that. So that's one. That's a free action. Doesn't cost us anything. First action, move there. Second action is to prepare. Third action is to prepare. Fourth action is to convert this druid. So we prepared twice. Let's hope this doesn't backfire on us. We're going to try and get rid of this druid. This druid is a 5. Uh-oh. So we prepared twice. So we need 3 or higher. Actually, we need 4 or higher. If we hit a 3, then we tied, and that's not good. 3, so we tie, so we don't convert them. Damn it. All right. But we're tied, so we don't lose a zeal. Again, we're right at the cusp. St. Patrick. Let's see what St. Patrick does. St. Patrick says, spend time as a lonely hermit in the countryside. We are doing the green event. So this is the white maelstrom. The green event says, crowds follow you into the hills as you try to find solitude. Attempt at white maelstrom fails. No effect. What? Oh, we needed the blue action. That would have been nice. Attempt at white maelstrom fails. No effect. Good thing we weren't doing this. We would have lost some zeal, and then we would have died. All right. St. Patrick. I am looking something up because okay. One thing I would say that I was doing incorrectly, and then I caught when I watched Tony's video, is you have your zeal, which is basically how strong you are, right? But underneath your zeal, it has these little things. That's actually how many actions you get. So 4, 3, 3, 2, because as your zeal goes down, you have less energy to perform actions. So instead of doing 4 actions, we should have only been doing 3 or 2 actions for the last little bit. So I did that wrong, which has given us a kind of a unfair advantage, because even though our priests have taken damage, we were still doing 4 actions. So what's going on, Meandering Mike? What's going on? So he should only be getting 2 actions. What am I going to do for 2 actions? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is try and convert this guy. Again, the chief is a -1. No, I can't convert him because there's a druid there. That guy's a real pain in the butt. All right. I'm going to spend an action to prepare. No, that's not going to do enough because I only have one action to prepare and then one action to do him, which means I would need to roll higher than a 4. If I roll a 4, if I roll 3 or less, he would die. Yeah, that's not going to work either. Damn it. And this is a 5 druid too. That's going to be a problem. Our guys being severely wounded is really putting a hampering on what we can actually do. I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to sacrifice these guys and get rid of them. So it's St. Patrick's turn. So he does have a backup. So we're going to go ahead. He's going to spend an action to prepare, and then he's going to try and convert this druid. He needs a 5 to convert him. We need a 4 to tie. Anything less than a 4, and he was going to lose his last zeal. And there it is. All right, so we need to go with character death and see what we do here. All right. So when your Saint's Zeal reaches the last box of your Zeal marker, your Saint has died. There are martyrs to the cause. Remove the Saint card from the game. Oh, St. Patrick is gone. All right, I'm just going to set him over here for now. All right. And place a randomly selected grave marker in the area. So we have these grave markers. It's important that you randomize these when you select them, because on the back of these are going to be relics, and the relics are going to be +2, 0, +3, and +1. So it goes anywhere from 0 to +3. So you want to randomly, because you don't want to know what kind of relic you're going to end up with. So you're randomizing it here. We're going to take these 6. I'm going to roll a die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one here, and that is going to go boom right there in that spot that he has died. All right. If your saint died while you were taking actions, your turn is over. Okay. If the saint has a keeper saint guard, move it up to the active. He does. He has Columba, which we got way earlier in the game. He has 1 free build each turn. That's his special ability. He's Abbot of Iona. He was one of the historic guys. So he's going to take over. And he will have full zeal and full action points when it's his turn. All right, so St. Patrick is gone. Oh, he made a worthy sacrifice. We couldn't put up with his nonsense. 2 actions anymore. We need full actions. Now, Palladius here, he's severely wounded as well. He's only got 1 life point left. We need to get him out of here and get a new saint, but we don't have any saints for him. So we have to be a little cautiouser. So if the saint has a keeper saint, move it up to the place active saint card here. If you have 2 keeper saint cards, you're going to choose one to promote. If this is the new active saint, other keeper cards are left in place. Move your zeal marker to the square all the way to the left. Place your action point marker on the score. Your new active saint will have different special abilities. Note that while keeper saint cards are tucked under your player mat, they are considered merely followers. If you do not have a keeper saint card, when your active saint dies, you're going to flip your player mat over. The pawn now represents an acolyte of your original saint. Place your zeal marker on the square all the way to the left, and your action marker on the 4. Note that the Acolyte have no special abilities and a shorter Zeal track. If you acquire a Keeper card Saint, then immediately flip over your playmat and place the new Saint card in the Place Active Saint card here, and set up your new Saint as described above. This will end your turn if done during your turn and taking a Saint card from another player. If an Acolyte Zeal track reaches the box marks with a Celtic icon across, the game ends immediately. Super camera, pay attention, let's go. All right. So it was not the end of the world to have St. Patrick die, but we now have Columba. So Columba passes the first player token to Palladius. Palladius gets his turn. We are doing the yellow. The yellow says remove 2 people from Ulad. Ulad. Where is Ulad? There's Ulad. Right there is Ulad. So we remove 2 people from Ulad, replaced with new pagan people. So you always remove people from the lowest value. And they're going to make things a little bit tougher for us now. All right. So these guys are, they went from -1, -1 to -3, -3. So a little bit more difficult. Okay. Yay. What else do we have here? We're doing the yellow event. Remove 2 people from Moonlad, replaced with new pagan people. Any saint loses 1 zeal for each flock removed from their area. Well, we didn't have any flock there. Flock, again, are the ones that we've already converted to Christianity. We've only converted this area and this area. We haven't done anything up here in the north or this area and the north. So we're okay. So good thing we didn't have to lose 2 health. And we can move this card out of the way and keep our green. All right, so let's go. Palladius only gets 2 actions, though. Are we gonna sacrifice Palladius as well? All right, we're gonna go right. -5 guy is gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. He is gonna be a problem. All right, so Palladius' first action is gonna move here. Second action, he's going to try and convert this druid. We're hoping it's only a 2 or 3, maybe. Let's see. It's a 3. Okay. So we have to roll. Higher than 3, we're okay. We roll a 3, we're in trouble. We roll 1 or 2, he's dead. What's this, and why is this over here? Not sure. Let's put that in the... Not sure where that came from. All right. A 1. Another fucking 1. So Palladius is dead. So now we get to see how to do this. So Palladius is dead. You know what? What we're going to do is we're going to use our second activation on this card to re-roll. We're going to re-roll that. We're going to discard this card. We get to re-roll that die. We get to re-roll it. 3, so no effect, he's still alive. Okay. Unfortunately. Alright, I was hoping he would die or pass, one or the other, but... Alright, now we're up to Columba. We'll go with Columba. Columba's up. He's got 4 zeal. He's got 4 action points. Let's do an event. We're going to do a green event. Oh, we got us a new... Yes. All right, here we go. All right, so 1. All right, so the new guy, Columba, he's going to spend an action to make a relic. So he's making the relic. So you take your grave marker. Bloop. Ah, it's only a 0. Damn. All right. And this grave marker now moves with, or the relic moves with the hero. He is then going to spend an action to go there. He's going to spend an action to give a card Fanigan. He's going to give that to Palladius. So when Palladius dies here next turn. Okay. That's his second action. So first action was to make a relic. Second action was to move. Third action is to trade. Fourth action, he's going to try and get rid of this -2. He is influenced by the king. The king is a 0, so we just need to roll higher than a gosh darn 2. Can we do it? Yes, we can. So we convert this guy. Bloop. He is a +3. Oh, it's going to be easy to get these guys. Oh, we can't do that. Sorry. Hang on. We have to undo that because you can't convert anybody because there's a druid in that area. Sorry. So, again, one action to make a relic. Second action to move. Third action to give the card to Palladius. And the fourth action will be... You know what? He's going to go after that druid. Let's go after that druid. We're going to go after the druid. All right, so we're going to re-roll. All right, we need higher than a 3. Yes! So got the druid, and this is important because Columba, special ability, 1 free build each turn. So we can fill in that with the church. Right there. All right. So that is the end of Columbia. We pass this over to Palladius. Now, if Palladius dies, it's actually going to be good for us. Because with him only having 2 actions, that's not great. We need to get rid of him. And we got a backup now. This guy, Fenigan, Abbot of Galard. Let's see what his +1 to convert people. One time in the game, you may search the draw pile and add 1 saint to your keeper card, then shuffle the deck. Ooh. So, when this guy comes in. All right, so Palladius. First thing first, though, we need an action card here. It's going to be a green card. Remove the King of Canuck. Oh, that's this guy over here. We remove the King of Canuck. Okay. Remove from Ur-Barin and Benef the chief. Remove from Ur-Barin here, I think. Ur-Barin, yes. And Brefrin, which is this guy. Both of these remove from Old Benef and Benef the chief. So those guys are gone. 1 people. And we're going to replace with new pagan people. Remove the King of Canuck. Remove from Bernin and Bernefin the chief. 1 people. So I guess we'll get rid of this guy. And replace with new pagan people. And the church, if any. I think we do this in both areas. We remove a people in both areas. Brennan and Onbonan. and replace them with new pagan people. Oh, that's not good. That was a really bad green event. That was really bad green event. And then any saint loses one zeal for each flock and church removed from their area. Any saint loses one zeal for each flock and church removed from their area. Okay, well that's like the worst green event ever. That's really bad. Oh, and we also missed something. Remove the High King, which is actually good. The High King is a -4. Let's get rid of that guy. All right, let's get a new High King out here. All right, we're gonna get this guy. It's a -3, a little bit better. All right. And now we have a chief to bring in. He comes in on a Christian side, though, if I'm not mistaken. And then the new guys, the new populace, they'll come in -6. Great. And a -2. All right. All right. So that was a really bad green card for us. Yucky. All right. Well, we removed the druid out of that area. So first thing we're going to do is Palladius will free action, build a church. Free action, build a church. Like this is a +1 to a die roll. Now we're going to try. First thing we're going to do is get rid of this guy. He's a -2. He's influenced by that king, which is a 0. So he's just a -2. So it's a tie. No, I'm sorry, we win because we get a +1 to our die roll because of the church. So that makes it a 3. That guy's a -2. So he's converted. Bloom. Which is going to, oh, he's going to be a +3 for us. Nice. So now, +3, +1 for the church is a +4. So second action, he's going to convert this guy. Boom. That's all he can do for his two actions. That was pretty good for 2 actions. He converted the chief and he converted that guy. Nice. Nicely done. All right, passes over to Columba. And we're going to go into the red event. That's not good. The red event says, new converts spread the good news to their neighbors. Dynamic congregation. Pick any area with 3 or more Christian flocks and flip any one pagan people in the area to its Christian side. Pick any area with 3 or more Christian flock. And flip any one pagan people in the area to its Christian side. Pick any area with 3 or more Christian flock. 3 or more Christian flock, huh? Okay, I have to see the definition of that. What is the definition of a... Can a chief be a flock, I guess, is my question. Or is just the people are the flock? What is your definition of a flock? Yep, I think it's just the people. Okay. So we don't technically have anywhere where we have 3 or more Christians in an area. We have 2, we have 4 here, but there's no one to flip. We have 3 here, but there's no one to flip. We have 2 here. So that doesn't qualify. We have 2 here. We have 1 here. So we don't have anywhere. So I think it's just a dead. Pick any one area with 3 or more Christian flock and flip any one pagan people in the area to its Christian side, which would have been a great help for us. Unfortunately, we can't do it. All right. So 3, 4. We got a +4. So first action converts this guy. Second action, we need to roll anything but a 1. We'll convert that other guy. And all right. That's his second action. Third action. Third action. We got to get rid of that druid and this druid. These 2 guys right here are the biggest problem. -5, -5. So those 2 guys, we need to get rid of them. So. No, just leave it in there. So that was 2 actions. I have 2 remaining. All right, I am going to move, boom, and then free action, I'm going to put a church back, and then for my 4th action, I'm going to try and convert this guy again. He's a -2. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? This 1 comes up way too much. We've taken a zeal point, which means now our good guy only has 3 action points because this goddamn 1 comes up way too much. Way too much. There's something wrong with this goddamn die. I mean, I would literally throw this in the trash can, to be honest. If it wasn't like a special die, I would literally. Yesterday, like 8 times in a row, it rolled a 1. Like 8 times in a row, it rolled a 1. And now 4 times in a row today, it rolled a 1. There's something wrong with these die. I'm telling you, there is something wrong with this die. Forgot about the yellow circle things when you fail a druid roll. Yeah, I probably forgot about that too. Oh, right. The dolmens, right. Yep, you're right. Forgot all about that shit. Yes, sir. The old dolmens when you fail. Righto. You're right on it, Tony. That's right. Yep. Yep, they can be a real pain in the ass. We failed this one. We failed this one. So those guys are -6s now. Yep. You're right. Yep. Big round symbol comes up way too much or not enough, says Steven in the Skyrim dice. I don't know. There's something wrong with. I don't know if it's all the dice, but definitely on my dice. You can see, like literally, as I'm shaking it in my hand, you can see it's random, right? But then when it comes out, right, it comes up on the one way too much, way too much. I don't know if it's like hollow up at the top or what, but I don't know. I mean, I understand bad dice rolling, and I know that part. Yes, but it doesn't seem random, right? It doesn't seem random when we roll in a die, and the only time it doesn't roll one is if it actually hits some of the pieces on the board, which keeps it from falling over onto a one, right? So if it hits some of the pieces on the board, that's when it doesn't flip over. Anyways, uh it's cost us like quite a few times. All right, so I'm done complaining. Palladius, we're gonna kill Palladius off. Now's the time to kill him off. So we got a blue event coming up, which should help actually. So let's see what. Oh, here we go. We got another appeal for Roman military assistance fell on deaf ears. We have the groans of the Britons rejected. Advanced paganism, one space, which means bloop. That's not good. Our blue is completely wasted. That's great. And we now add in all of our Psychoth cards into the deck. And I don't like to just want to put them in a random spot and then shuffle, because if you just put them on top and try to shuffle, they're going to end up staying in the same spots. So Stephen Reynolds says, I think the Shamrock is too much material removed compared to the other sides. I would agree. I am not a conspiracy theorist, but I just think you can almost, you can almost feel how light it is when it's on this side. You can almost feel like there's no weight on this side of the die. There's no weight whatsoever on this die. See if I can get it to now it's not rolling a 1 at all, because of course it won't. Yeah, we do need to flip these over to pagan. That is true. Yeah, it won't roll 1 for the next 30 rolls. You know it won't. All right. So we got the new events in here. Thank you, Tony, for reminding me. We're doing good. We had this whole area converted. We had this whole area converted. So we just had, and we started on this area up here. So we're doing actually pretty good. This druid's going to be a pain in the ass because he's a -5, -6 now with this thing, and this guy's a -5, -6. So yeah. All right, so those events are well shuffled in the deck, And we're going to cut right there. All right, here we go. And of course, we've got an orange event coming up. Palladius has only got 1 zeal left. He only gets 2 actions, so his action is going to be... We actually converted this whole area. Is converted. This king is converted, so if we can get rid of these stupid druids... I think this is I hate to say it, but I think you have to almost in this game you're giving the players 6 extra priests that you shuffle into the event deck because you know some of the priests are going to die along the way. So I think in this game, this Euro resource management game, you have to sacrifice. You have to get rid of some of your weaker priests to get some of the better priests in the game. I think you have to manage it this way. Because with 2 actions a turn, we're going to go through that deck of cards way too fast. So sacrificing this guy, getting him out of here because we got a replacement priest is almost... And you have to think of it, it's inhumane, but it's almost the best move. Get rid of the old priest that can only do 2 actions to get the new guy in, right? That's going to give us 4 actions. So, I hate to say it, but Palladius is not long for this life. No, he is not. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do the craziness. We're going to move for action 1 and action 2. He's just going to go right after this druid. He's just going right after this druid. And this druid is a -6. Nice. So unless I roll a 6, he is dead. And he's dead. All right. So, which is actually, again, I think a good move on our part because this guy goes away. Boom, he's out of the game with St. Patrick. But we have Finnegan here, which is now going to come in. He gets +1 to converting people. And one time in the game, you may search the draw pile and add 1 saint to your keeper card, then shuffle the deck. So we can get another... When this guy starts getting old, we can replace him very easily with his special power. We get all of our zeal and all of our action points, which I think is going to be awesome. To be honest, the game needs a deterrent from purposely killing your priests because, I mean, again, this is a Euro resource management game, right? This is not a war game. This is a Euro resource management game. It needs a deterrent for people to not, hey, I'm going to kill this guy off specifically and purposefully so I can get a new priest in, which I don't think is part of the design. Maybe it is. I mean, I think the priests that go into the event deck are there to supplement in case bad things happen, but I don't think it's specifically designed for you to force your guy to die, like what I just did. Move my guy into an area and purposely go after the druid because I figure he's going to die because he won't be able to succeed in this. And if he does succeed, then good for him. So, anyways, Finnegan, welcome aboard. There's the mats. No, the other side of the mat You can always tell it's the right side because it says place your active saint here. On the other side, it shows the acolyte. Right? Oh, I do have it on the wrong side. Yep, you're right. You're right. I do have it on the wrong side. No, I'm not right. Place active saint card here. The wonder we were having so many problems. I had them on the wrong side to begin with. Right. Oh, so our guys should have done a lot more before they get killed. Then, okay, so yes. All right, so we have really messed this up because we are actually playing on the super hard side. So here, Tony's absolutely right. So here, the boards are two-sided. You're supposed to start the game with your saint on this side that says place active saint card here. Boom, like this. And then you, like, so we should have started the game with this. And then we would have had this nice big long track. And then when you get to this spot, you make one final effort. If your guy gets all the way down, come here, you, makes a final effort and then dies, right? That's when, if that happens, and you have another priest, you bring them in, boom, you're ready to go. You reset your board, and everything's ready to go. If you don't have another priest, you flip this over, and then you have this acolyte here. And then he only has this amount of life, and if you ever go down to this, boom, game over, you lose. Yes, I had thought I had it on this side, but I did not. Good catch on that, Tony, for sure. So, yeah. So we should have been playing on this side, which would have given us a hell of a lot more action points. So 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, right? And this guy is on the wrong side as well. Good Lord, I messed this all up, didn't I? Whew. Horrible. And this guy actually has this card here. All right. Yeah, makes up for the terrible dice rolls. What can I say? All right, I don't feel as bad now that I was cheating, right? I was cheating because I noticed when Tony was doing it, he mentioned these little numbers that I had not even seen. And I was like, oh, those are your action points, right? So I shouldn't have been taking 4 actions when we didn't have 4 actions. But I was also playing on the wrong side too. So we had less action points, right? Because you can see it's 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2. We were playing on 4, 3, 3, 2. So I don't feel as bad about that. It kind of evens things out. All right. Yeah, so that was bad. That was bad. What can I say? I apologize for that. I'm going to have to start all over again. All right, so here's the bad thing. We failed to the druid, which means he's going to get a dolmen. These are dolmens. These give you a -1 to convert. This guy is now a 6 -1. He's a -7. That's going to be a little hard to convert that guy. Ouch. So we got a -5, a -5, and a -6. These guys are not very nice. All right. I don't remember whose turn it was actually. I think we were in the, yeah, because this guy just died. Right. So we're going over to Calamba, and we're going to do an event. And we're going to do an orange event. And this is going to be locals cannot stop the lighting raid on Central Island slave raids from South Clyde. Now here's the thing. We got this card many moons ago. It said save this card. Come on. Come on. Come on, camera. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Come on. Today, So we got this card that said save this card a million years ago. And it says on it, save this card. Discard it to ignore the effect of any fouling slave raid card. Well, this is a slave raid card. So I'm going to ignore this slave raid card because of this. Yay. All right. So we're going to ignore the slave raid card, I think. Are we going to do that? Remove team people from and replace them with the pagan people. Any say? Yeah, we're going to ignore this card. Yeah. Because we had drawn this earlier, and it says discard it to ignore the effect of any fouling slave raid card. However, the slave raid card must be reshuffled. Oh, it must be reshuffled in the draw deck. That's not very nice. That's not very nice at all. All right, so this is going to get shuffled back in. This is going to go back on the deck, and we still have quite a bit of, basically this is how many turns you have in the game. We got quite a few turns left in the game. I think we're doing fine time-wise. We're doing okay time-wise. I don't know about event-wise. We'll have to see about that. Yeah, stop the raid. Exactly. That's what we're doing. All right. I don't know where it is, but it's reshuffled in the deck. All right. So, Columba, he gets his 4 actions. Yay. Which means these guys would have lasted longer then because, yeah, they would have had more life. They wouldn't have died as soon as they did. But it's, you know, it is what it is. All right, so first thing I'm going to do. Oh, you know what? We don't have a guy over there. Maybe that's where that one guy that I was missing came from. Oh, that's the chief. Right. All right. So, I really want to get rid of this druid. So, first action, it's an automatic conversion. This chief is a +4. This guy's a -2. So first action, we're just going to convert this guy. Boom. He'll be done. Second action, I'm going to move down here. Third action, I'm going to convert this guy, which again is an automatic. No, technically not. He's a +4. That guy is 6. Damn it. So that's a draw. So last action, fourth action, I'm going to try again. Free action, I'm going to build a church there so at least a druid can't pop up in that nonsense. That was not a great turn. All right, first player passes to Finnegan. Finnegan, we're going to have an orange event. Oh, we got a new priest, Monet, Abbess of Killery, Monet. All right, so we'll keep her. We'll keep her as a backup to Finnegan. All right, first action, preparing. Second action, preparing. So I'm going to do 2. Third action, I'm going to prepare. I'm preparing 3 times, and then I'm going to try and convert this druid. He's a 7. So that means I have to roll a 4 just to tie. Are you fucking kidding me? All right, we're going to try. We're going to try it. We're going to feel lucky. We're going to... Hey, Hissycat Studio, see you later, buddy. Thanks for coming by. Come on, we need a 5 or 6 for once. This die's got a 5 or 6 on it somewhere, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Fuck. And we lost a life. I don't know how we're going to get rid of this guy. I don't know how we're going to get rid of this guy. I mean, wow. All right, first player goes back to Kamba. Orange event. If there is a druid in the area that you are in, remove it. Oh my god, why didn't we have this now? Why? We got the wrong guy. Why? No, this would be perfect for this one. St. Patrick drives the snakes out. Oh my god. There are no snakes in Ireland to this day, but they did not represent druids. St. Patrick drives the snake out. Remove any druid in the area that Patrick is in. If he's not in the game, there's no event, but we didn't have that one. We actually had this one because we had an orange event. If there is a druid in the area you're in, remove it. That would have been perfect for the orange guy, but no, we happen to be the green guy, which has got no druid in his area. Like, literally, we've been fighting with these druids. First action, moving here. Second action, preparing. Third action, preparing. Fourth action, I'm going after that druid. So I got a +2. He's a 6. So again, I need a 4 just to tie him. No! God. We're gonna have to do. We're just gonna have to. Yeah, we're just gonna have to do that over and over again. All right, back to Finnegan. We're doing the orange event again. No, wait, we should be doing, actually, I did this wrong. This should be going up here. The St. Patrick should have been moved over there, which means we're actually doing the blue event, which is the good event. Yay! The wailing of the Banshee spirits could foretell impending doom. Banshees. Lose one's zeal. That is great. He's down to 4. We are doing remove 1 people in your area, replace it with new pagan people. Wow, that's a blue event? That's horrible. Remove 1 people in your area, replace it with the new pagan people. Wow, that is terrible. Fortunately for us, we're in this area. There is no peoples. So what we do is we remove the wimpiest, which is actually a -3 people. And we draw a new one. Oh, it's a -4, and even worse. All right, but he still has, fortunately for us, he's still at 4 action points. But look at it, he's already lost 2 points to his life, which is not a great. And if you would like to, there we go. All right. He has 4 actions. Prepare, prepare, prepare. So +3, and I'm going after that damn druid again. It's a 6 + 1, 7. I prepared 3 times, so I need a 4 just to tie him again. The 5 and 6 will convert him. Yes! Ho, 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 ho! Get out of here, Druid! Get out of here, you jerk! Ooh, that was brutal. Free action. I can build a church. No. Sorry. Flanagan doesn't do that. Damn. All right. We got rid of one of them. Moving over to Columba. We're doing the green event. Green event says, the people of God squabble amongst themselves, discord among the saints. You and another saint in your area must lose a zeal. Well, he loses a zeal. There is no other saint in his area, so we don't have to. No, he's a green one, so it doesn't matter. So you and another saint in your area must lose a zeal. And now we're doing the green event. All other saints in the same area with you must be relocated to other areas chosen by that player. They must go to the same or other areas. So we don't, again, yeah, this is kind of a dead event. There is no saint in our area. All right, we got to get rid of this druid. So prepare. This is a +3. He is a 6. He's a 6. So we need a 3 to tie him. 4 or higher to beat him. Yes! Nice. Dead druid. Now he one free build. Boom. One free build. All right. Pass the first player token back to Finnegan. Finnegan. We're doing the... oops. I did it wrong again, didn't I? No, I did not. Okay. Discard. Yeah, okay. So we're... Oh, well, look at this. We got another saint. This is Ibar, Bishop of Bergerin. Ibar. He gets +1 to convert druids and +1 to convert leaders. What? This is for... Ooh, we got... he's got 2 leaders under his thing now. So we should probably give one to him as a backup. All right. Orange player. Right. First things first. We're going to build a church. So we don't need a stupid druid showing up. First action. Prepare. I'm sorry. First, that was free, right? No. First action, build a church. Second action, prepare. Third action, prepare. We're at a +2. And now, I'm going to convert this leader. He is a 2. I get 2. He gets influenced by this king, which is 0. That's an automatic conversion. Boom. Oh, and he's a +2 for us. Nice. Oh, yeah. Now, this area is going to fall real quick. We already have this area. This area should fall pretty quick. We can start getting this area converted with him. Then he can come down here and finish this last area while this guy finishes up this and then heads up to the top. So, yeah, that's the plan. Over to Columba, doing the green event. Time to coordinate your efforts. Convocation. We're doing the green event. Move as many saints as you like, but at least one into the same area that you're in. Okay, well, we have to move this. Oops, have to move this guy there, which is not great. All right, one free build. So I'm going to build, boom, right here. That's free. That's a free action, right? So this will be 2 and 2. He's a minus. All right. So first action, prepare. Second action, prepare. That gives us a 2. All right. Third action, I'm going to try and convert this guy. I need higher than a 1. Higher, I said higher than a 1. Didn't I say higher than a 1? So he's going to lose another zeal. Boom, just like that. Which means now Columba only has 3 actions now. Good. Yeah. All right. First player token goes to Finnegan. Finnegan. Another druid. He's got 3 priests now. Holy shit. He's a +1 to convert druids and may move to any other area in Ireland for 1 action. Venden, the navigator. All right, well, that's 3 for him. So, first action, he is given Bendin to Columba. So, if something terrible happens. First action. Second action, prepare. Third action, prepare. Fourth action, convert this guy with a +2 again. Anything but a this thing. This thing right here. You see this die? No more. You won't see it no more. Okay. Literally, that die has screwed us 12 times in this one game. There's no way that die is workable. No way. 0. No way. I will not use that die again. You will not see that die ever again. All right. Over to... Oh, and he loses his heal, which means both of our guys are down to 3 now. So, great. Columba, let's see what you can do. Oh, we got Arthur, King of the Brits. Dynamic leadership allows temporary revival of culture. So we are doing the green event. Move the paganism marker in Great Britain back 1 space. So this actually moves it back. And even though we move it back, we still keep these cards in the deck. But it gives us a little bit of a reprieve. And we're going to get a blue event next time, which is good. All right, you are here. First event, prepare. Second event, prepare. Third event, we're going to try and get rid of this guy. He's a -4. We got 2, so I need to roll at least a 2. Yay, look at that. We converted this guy. He's going to go from a -2 to a +3 for us. Yes. Nice. First player goes to Finnegan. We're doing the blue event, which happens to be the pagan religion responds to the Christian threat with renewed vigor. Druid revival. This does not sound good. Popular backlash. Remove 1 druid from the area you are in. Oh, you got to be kidding me. And anyone adjoining area. Your choice. Oh, that's even better. That is even better. That is even better. We're going to remove this druid right here because it's the only one that's adjacent, unfortunately. So that guy's gone. All right, 3 actions. First action, moving down here. Second action, building a church. We don't want a druid popping up. Third action, Hmm. Third action, I'm going to actually try and convert the chief. He's a -1. The king is a -2 in the area, so that's a -3. So it's a little bit of a risk. But all we have to do is roll higher than a 3. Here we go. Boom. Just like that. And he's a 0. So that'll help us convert those guys. And notice this die has not screwed us over not one time yet. Not one time. This is Aladdin Hotel. Look at that. That's the Aladdin Hotel. You guys see that? All right. First player goes to Columba. Columba, we're doing a yellow event. Prayers could bring healing, but after all, it is God's will. Epidemic. One saint must lose a zeal. Sure, we'll give it to Columba. And we're doing the yellow event. Local outbreak. Lose one zeal and remove one people from the area you are in. Replace it with a new pagan people. So he loses another zeal, which means he is on this space, may make one final effort. If your Saint Zeal is in the box label, may make one final effort. You may spend one action to make one final effort. This is similar to the prepare action, except that the covert attempt slider is moved 2 boxes to the right instead of 1. Also, your Saint will lose 1 zeal in the effort before your Saint dies. Again, we might sacrifice him because we got a replacement for him coming up. So, and because we're in this box at the very end, which you guys can't see, but it says may make one final effort. So what that means is instead of sliding 1 spot over, we get +2. So when I get this guy up here to try and convert this druid, we'll make that one final effort. If he fails, he dies, we get a new guy. No big deal. All right. Unfortunately, he only gets 2 actions. He does get a free build each turn, though, so that's important. Oh, we have to finish our event. That's what we have to do. We're doing the yellow event, right? Local outbreak. Lose 1 zeal and remove 1 people from the area you are in. Replace it with a new pagan. So we will take the lowest guy in his area, which is a -3 actually. See if we can get somebody a little easier to kill. No, we get a -6, so that's not good. So this area is now -4, -4, -5, -5, and -6. That's pretty tough. Fortunately for us, the chief is a +3. So, he only gets 2 actions. I'm gonna action 1, convert this guy. Action 2, convert this guy. Because of the +3 and the +1, that's a +4. So these +4 guys will automatically convert. All right, back over to Finnegan. Come on, Finnegan. What are you going to do for us? We got the, oh no, we got the slave raid again. And we're doing the yellow event. Remove 2 people in Legan and 2 people from Legan, which is here. So remove those 2. And 1 from Obernin, which is over here. And we will remove this guy. Replaced with the new pagan people. Get this guy over here, which is a -3. We got this guy, which is a -1. This guy here with a -6. That's not good. What else you got for us? Any saint lose 1 zeal for each flock removed from their area. Fortunately for us, nobody was over there, and there was nobody that was a flock here. It was a pagan that was replaced with a new pagan. So fortunately, we don't have to lose anything. All right. At least we have 3 actions with Finnegan. First action, getting a church. Second action, upgrading this guy. Third action, I think we want to risk doing it. He gets a +1 to convert people, and he gets a +1 because of the church. No, I think last action. Does he want to move somewhere? Maybe. Sure, we'll move him up here. Boom. That's fine. All right. Back over to Columba. We got to kill off Columba quickly. All right, we're doing the green event, which is dry spell. Prayers would attempt to respond to the vagaries of the weather. We're doing the green event. Prayers bring relief. Flip 1 pagan people from the area you're in to its Christian side. Well, there we go. We'll take this 6 and convert it. Nice. So, prayers bring relief. Flip 1 pagan people from the area you're in to its Christian flock side. Nice. All right, action, move, action, move. I'm going to try and kill him while he's up there next to the druid. All right. Move the first player back to Finnegan. We're doing the orange event. The Spirit moves believers to help with the conversion of our own gifts to the Holy Spirit. Orange. Randomly select 2 available Gift of the Spirit cards and place 1 of them in your saved cards. Wow, that is awesome. So there is a whole deck of cards called the Gift of the Spirits. This is the first time we've actually seen this. We can just shuffle this up, draw 2 of these, and just keep 1 of them. So we will randomly, I guess, choose these 2. Number 1 is Book of the Almec. +1 to convert leaders. And the Staff of St. Patrick. +1 to convert druids. We only have literally 1 druid left on the board. I think we will take the Book of Almec and +1 to convert leaders. Now this goes into his Hero Keeper cards. So he actually, his leader is a -2. That's a -3. So it'd be a -5. He gets a +1 from the church. +3. Let's get rid of these people first. All right, so we only have 3 actions. 3 actions. Action 1 is going to be to convert this guy. Anything but a 1 converts him. Okay. And action 2, same thing on that guy. Nice. And now this. No, you know what? Action 3 is to move down there and be done. Okay. And we move it back to Columba. This might be the last turn Columba's around. We're doing the blue event. Maybe. Ooh, save this card. Peter Moster as Quies El Civis. Sacrifitor Nomen Natur. Fastening works. Save this card. Discard it to reroll any die. Save this card and tuck it upside down on your playmat. Right. So that is perfect. We got to reroll a die. Alright, so first action, he's going to prepare. Second action, he's going after that druid. The druid's a 5 plus 1, so he's a 6. We saved one action, so all I need is a 6 to kill him. 5 for a tie. Nope, he's dead. Alright, so Columba, you've seen better days, my friend. You're gone. But now, even better, we get Brendan, the navigator, who gives us +1 to convert druids. That's why he's up there. Almost like I planned it that way. Not only that, but I get all my actions back for the new guy. Boom, back to Finnegan. Finnegan? What are you doing, Finnegan? Irish armies led by the king are defeated in North Ireland. Attack from Scotland. Remove the king of Ulster. What? Oh, that's up there. Remove the king of Ulster. Whoa, no. And we're doing, well, actually we're doing the blue event, so this can't be too bad, hopefully. Remove from North O'Neill, which is actually up here where we're at. This, the chief and 1 people. We remove the chief and 1 people. Okay. Replace with new pagan people. Any saint loses 1 zeal if a flock is removed from the area. It was not. It was a pagan, actually. So, yeah, not great. Chief and 1 people replaced with the new pagan. Okay. So first thing first, we got a new king. Or well, we have to do the people. And then we'll get to the leaders here in a second. We got a new person. I will do the chief, which is a -2. And the king, which is -3. That's not good. Okay. So Finnegan only gets 3 actions. These guys are going to be hard to convert. They're -6s. And the guy is a 0, so it doesn't give us any bonuses. This guy does get +1 to converting people, so that's good. +1 for the church. We're actually going to spend an action to upgrade the church. We're actually going to go to a level 2 church. That gives us a +2. +1 for this guy is a +3. So we're going to try and convert this guy. We need a 3 for tie. Anything higher than 3 is a conversion. No, that's a failure. Ouch. Okay. Not great. All right, now we go to Brendan. +1 to convert druids. Let's see what we get here. Yellow event. Events, paganism in Great Britain by 2 squares. 1, 2. Ooh, that's not good. All right. So we get 4 actions. He gets +1 to converting druids. He's going to prepare, prepare, prepare. That's a +3. +1 for converting druids. That gives him a +4. This guy's a 5 -1. He's a 6. So I have a 4. He is a 6. So a 2 is a tie. Higher than a 2. He's ours. Yes, he is ours. Lovely. Oh, when our guys died, we should have actually put on another one of these tokens. I forgot all about that. All right. Let's see. Okay, back to this guy, Finnegan. We're doing the red event. Randomly select one available gift of the spirit card and place it in with your saved cards. All right. Another. Uh-oh. This is a problem, though. We only get to choose one card. That's this one. Mission to Great Britain. Anytime you may place this card in Scotland's Scytheclad or England after it is turned pagan. Remove it to cancel the effect of any one card drawn from that pile. I will get rid of this card. Put this in, because you can only have 3 cards. He's filled up. Anytime you place this card in Scotland, Strathclyde, or England after it is turned pagan. Remove it to cancel the effect of any one card later drawn from that pile. You know what? We can immediately do this, I guess. I'm going to put this immediately here. At any time, you may place this card in Scotland, Scytheclide, or England after it is turned pagan. It is turned pagan. We can then, if we draw a card that is for this area, Scytheclide, we can cancel the effect by getting rid of this card. And that way I can still keep my 4 cards here. Or 3 cards. And we have +1 to convert leaders. Right, we should try to do that. I still have 3 actions. I get a +1 to convert people. I got a +2 building. You know what? First action, I'm gonna upgrade to the cathedral. That is a +3. I get +1 for my special power. So that's a 4. This is a 6, and I get no help from the leader. So it is again 6 -4. So a 2 is a tie. 5 is a win. So that is action. First action was to upgrade the church. Second action is to do that. Third action, same thing. 2 is a tie. It's a 3, and that is, wow, that is 2 conversions there. That is awesome. So these are all done. These are all done. These are all done. These are all done. We got 1 here. We have 2 here. Those are all done. Those are all done. We have this area, and that area, and we're done. We are, Brendan, what are we doing? We're doing the blue area. Remove from Lagan the chief. 2 people. Replace. And the church, if any. Wow. Really? Wow. Any saints lose 1 zeal for each flock and church removed from that area. So that is going to mean this guy is dead. Congratulations. Wow, that is brutal. That is super brutal. Know it. Nope, 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 nope. You know what? Screw that. Screw that. This is a scythe cloth mission. We are going to cancel it with our new mission to Great Britain. At any time, you may place this card in Scotland, Cycloth, or England after it is turned pagan. Remove it to cancel the effect of any one card later drawn from that place. So we're going to ignore this card. Cancel the effect of any one card. So we cancel the effect of this card. Yay! Nice! Woo! And we can keep our church. All right, our new guy has got 4 actions. I much like that. Action, we're going to build a church. Second action, prepare. Third action, prepare. Fourth action, I'm going to try and convert this guy here. He's a -2. His king is a -2. That's a -5. I have a -2, so a 3 is a tie. 3 is a tie. And we got him. He goes from a -2 to a +4. Oh, that's going to be awesome in converting these guys. All right. We go back to Finnegan. Finnegan. Oh, no. What do we do? Remove the King of Wester. Okay. Then remove from South Newell Neil and Lagan the chief, 1 people, and the church, if any. So South New Neil. That's this. So remove the church, the chief, and 1 person, and Lagan, which is, oh, this is, oh my gosh. The chief and 1 person. Wow, this is brutal. This is, any saint loses 1 zeal for each flock and church removed from the area. So that's 2. He loses 2. He's dead. Congratulations. You've killed off another guy. Finnegan dies from this event. And we're going to draw some new thing. Ugh. That's not good. Yeah. We'll bring in this lady as a replacement. But her turn immediately ends, so we don't even get to do her turn. We do have to replace the guys. So we'll go with the king. And then we'll go with the chief. And we'll go with the other chief. And then we'll go with some people here. All right, so we go over to Brennan's turn. Remove and replace the chief from the area you're in and 1 adjacent area. Man, that sucks. That sucks. The chief we're in, wow, is a +4. We would have been able to convert all those guys. Fuck. Remove and replace the chief from your area you're in one adjacent area, which sucks because all the chiefs in the I guess we'll replace this one. Oops. Chief -3 and a -1. All right, he will spend an action to get a church. Spend an action for a church. Spend an action to prepare, and then I'm going to try and convert that guy. He's actually a -6. I have 2 prepares. Oh, that's not going to work. Yeah, I guess it will. A 3 for a tie. 3 for a tie. So it's 2 prepares +1 for the church. So that gives us a +3. He's a 3. He gets a -3 for the. So he's a 6. So 6 -3. 3 is a tie. All right, we converted him. And he goes to a +3. That's great. Now, let's go to Sister Monet. We're doing the green event. Maybe it'll be something decent. Druid ceremony. Bad druid omens. Remove one druid from the area you're in. There is none. So we don't have to worry about that. Okay. I will make a relic for my first action. Oops. So she gets 4 actions. So he's going to make a relic. Ah, it's a +1. So it gives her a +1 to everything. That's all right. Second action to prepare. Third action to prepare. Fourth action, she's going to try and convert this leader. He's a -3. -3 from the king is a -6. She prepared twice. She's also got a relic for +1, and she gets a +1. So that's a +4. So it's a 2 for a tie. 2 for a tie. No, he's converted. He's now +1 for us. Yay. Back to Benin. Benin, we're going to do the yellow event. Remove the High King. All right. Goodbye, High King. Oh, he's a -4 again. God damn it. We're doing the yellow event. Remove the King of Minster. This guy over here. Remove from Agnoth and Ogaseth the chief, 2 people, replaced with new pagan people, and the church. Agnoth, which is over here. Goodbye, church. Goodbye, chief. And 2 people. Oops. And from Ostrith, which is here. Goodbye, church. Goodbye, chief. Goodbye, 2 people. Any saint loses 1 zeal for each flock in church removed from their area. Fortunately for us, we don't have any of that nonsense. Nobody's in that area. All right, so replace the chief here. Replace the chief here. We're going to need some new people. Some of these events are super brutal. I will say that. Very not cool. Not cool at all. Our pile is way down now. We have literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 10 of we have 10 turns left because once that's over, game is over. Wow. Okay. So he's got 4 actions. We now have a +3 leader and a church, which gives us a +4. So first action convert, and then this one, anything but a 1 will convert. There we go. So that's 3 actions. I'm gonna spend my 4th action to make a relic. It's a +1. All right. So both of our guys are +1 now. I'm just gonna get rid of this one. So we get a +1 in all of our die rolls from this relic, a +1 from that relic. So, all right. So back over to Monet. The red event. Oh, well, it just so happens we've got a new person, so that's good. Bridget. All right. Oops, you know what we forgot? Is a new leader here. All right, Monet, what are you doing, Monet? Let's see here. Oh no, she drew this this leader, right? This Bridget. Hmm. All right, first action. Prepare. Second action, prepare. Third action, prepare. And then she's going to try and convert the king. So the king is a -3, -4 for the big boy. That's -7. But I have a -3. So I need a 4, but she gets a +1 to convert leaders. So I need a 3 for a tie, a 4 to convert the king, or a 1 to fail. Over to Brendan. The red event events this by 1. Okay. First action, move there. Second action, make a better church. Third action, convert this guy. Fourth action, try to convert that guy. Anything but a 1. Yes. Done. Monet. Search the deck for any saint and keep the card, then shuffle the deck. Search the deck for any saint, but I don't think we have any saints left. Nope, there is no saints left. We've got all the saints out. There's only a couple cards left, actually. 2, 4, 6, 7. Last couple turns of the game coming up. One way or the other. I don't see us doing it now. I just think they're... I don't think there's any way for us to try and convert. All right. First action, prepare. Second, prepare. Third, prepare. Again, I want to go after this guy. Oop, come here. So 3 minus 4 is a minus 7. We prepared 3. Plus she gets a +1. So a 3 for a tie. But she's losing life fast. All right, up to Brendan. We're doing the Boo event, but it doesn't fucking matter because we're doing the Fall of Rome. This moves a spot. England is now pagan. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. First action. Convert this guy. Second action. Convert this guy. Third action. Move here. Fourth action. Let's move over there. Actually, he can move to any area in Ireland for one action. So 2 actions here. Third action, he's going to pop over here. Fourth action, he's going to flip this guy for automatic. Back over to Monet. We're doing the red action. Too many people enter the clergy. No event. Wow, that's not good at all. She still has 4 actions. We only have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 people to convert. Problem is, these damn leaders got switched over back to us. And that's going to be the problem. So, first action. She's gonna try and convert this. Now this is a 4. I got a +1 from this and +1 from this. So it's 2 for a tie. First action. Got it. That was 1 action. Second action. Move in here. Third action, prepare. Fourth action, I'm going to try and convert this guy. He's a -2, -3 is a -5. I prepared, and I got a +1, and I get a +1 here. So a 2 for a tie. Got him. Wow. That's going to convert him over to our side. Good. All right. Back over to Brenneth. Blue event. Flip any 2 pagan people in the area you're in to their Christian side. Okay, that's lovely. And we got 1. But it's going to come down to the wire. We literally only have 4 turns remaining. But we only have literally, the way to win is to have everyone converted to Christianity. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that are not Christian. Everyone else is, well, there's a couple leaders, but you don't need to get all the leaders. You need to have all the people converted. So, this guy's going to be a problem because he's a -4, and then the leader that's with him is a -4. And to try and convert this leader, it's going to be a problem. All right, I'm going to one action, 2 actions. Going to try and convert this guy. Got him. He was only on -1. So, actually, hang on a second. Let me undo that because I thought that was it's a chief. I don't care. I don't care about the chief, actually. Hang on. We need to get that chief and this guy, and then this chief and this guy, and these guys. He is going to convert into druids. And this leader is a -4 and a -3 king. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a serious problem. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 to prepare, 4 to try. No, I can't convert that guy. There's no way. Uh, 4, we're going to go after this guy. He's a 2, -4 for the leaders, a -6. I prepared once, and I get a +1. So I need a 4 for a tie. It's going to be a long shot, but what the hell? We got to try something. Nope. All right, so we lose the zeal. All right, back over to Monet. How many turns we got left? Not many. Select one church on the map and remove it. No zeal is lost. No one was hurt, and the building was old. So we select a church and remove it. Doesn't really matter. We'll get rid of this one way up there. All right, Monet, you have 4 actions. Make them good ones. I'm going to go 1, 2 to prepare, 3 to prepare, 4 to attack this leader. So this leader is a 4. -3 for the king is a -7. We prepared twice. We have a 1 here, and she gets a +1 to convert leader. So that is a 3 for a tie, even though it's a 7. Yes. Leader. Nice. Oh, that's going to help. That's going to help. All right, over to Brendan. Hardly any turns left. And it's not going to matter. See another invasion here. Ulad. Remove from Ulad the chief. 3 people. The church. And a relic. And any saint would lose 1 zeal for each flock and church removed from their area. All right, so unfortunately, that's pretty much seals our deal. Seals our fate. There's only 2 cards left. And now we have 3 new pagans to convert. Which there's no way in hell we're going to be able to get back up there. And convert these guys. Oh, and they're -3, -4, -5. That's great. The chief. -2. That's not horrible. All right. He can start converting people with the +4. That'll 1 action, 2 actions. That's 2 actions. 3 actions. 4 actions to convert that guy, which he does. Done. Over to Monet. 2 cards left. Advance paganism by 2 spaces. 1, 2. It's just 1 space away. She has 4 actions. There's 1 card remaining in the deck. We literally only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now because of that event. So 1 to go here, 2 to convert this guy, which he does. 3 to move here. And there's no way to convert that guy. It's a -4 and a -4. That's a -8. All right, last event, Brennan. Events pig is in 1 space. The game ends. Yeah, well, that was very anticlimactic. Yes, the game is over. It was going to be over anyways, but oh, yeah, I forgot. We should have added all these cards in when it went into this area. All these cards should have actually entered into the game. So actually, we got a few more turns. Unless that event comes up again. No, but all these things are just gonna remove people and cause all kinds of Well, there you go. That is Banish the Snakes. I play a lot of games. And I play a lot of Euro games. And I play a lot of Euro games. So I kind of see what they're trying to do. But you can definitely tell that the designers of this game had in their minds what they wanted to do, and they did it, and they used the mechanics and the process that they wanted to do to get this to get the game to play the way they wanted to play. I not a big fan of that because there's too many random like you can literally, how do I put it? Like you can do something and then the event comes up and basically undoes everything you've done. And you can never get a step up on the AI, right? Because the game's designed to work against you, right? Which I totally understand. But the mechanics of how it does it is off. It's not right because there are blue events that will remove guys and cause bad things to happen, and then there's red events that are good. I love this little mechanic where you have red, orange, yellow, green, and blue, and it's supposed to be, and all the cards are designed this way, where the worst part of it is up at the top, and then kind of in the middle is sometimes good, sometimes bad, and then the good stuff is normally at the bottom. But again, there's cards that are like Notable Harvest. No, that's actually so a blue event. Remove the King of Muster. Remove remove from Egnoth and Ogoraj, the chief, one people, and the church, if any. This is a possible blue event. This is the best this card has to offer. Is basically an attack or whatever they want to, yeah, major attack, right? Is so it's for me. Here's another one that's an attack. Um, well, I mean, there's a lot of ones that are attacks. This doesn't need to belong in there. I guess what I'm saying is, right, I like the mechanic of having this event decided by what the card was in front of it, but it still randomly determines whether it's going to be a good event or a bad event. It's not like, oh, we're getting a blue or green event, so okay, we don't have to worry about it because it's not going to be anything bad. That doesn't happen in this game. So it's just it's I guess that's where they wanted the mechanics, right, of having this. Oh, okay, you're going to get an orange event next. Well, like I said, there's orange events that are actually good for us. Or here's a red event, right? Too many people enter the clergy, no event. So nothing bad happened, even though it's the worst event that you could possibly get. The other thing that bugs me is all of these cards which move the track, um, the pagan track. All of these cards, it doesn't matter if you're using a red, a yellow, or an orange, or blue, or green. It doesn't matter, whatever they are, they all come to this, and they all move the track either one or two spaces. So it doesn't matter if you're doing a red event or green event or blue event or whatever. So I you can honestly see that the designers of this game have not created any other games. I don't believe. I don't know who they are, but I can see what they're trying to do, and I see the mechanics, right? Oh, but the way they executed it isn't well rounded out. Like there are game designers that have been making games for a long time, and they say, "Oh, this is the game I want to make, and these are the mechanics I want to use," and then they alter the games or the mechanics, right, to fit how the game should play, right? And that is good game design. Then you have people that are not as experienced, and they have a way they want to create the game, and they have a mechanics, and they don't alter the game to make it better like a professional gamer does. So it's you can tell the game is designed to work against you, which again, I love games like that. Look at my number one game of all time, my number two game actually of all time, Arkham Horror 2nd Edition. The game is designed to work against you. Everything you do, the game is designed to work against you. And then during your turn, you're doing your actions, you're doing your mechanics to try and work back against the game, right? And that's the way it does. And there's this balancing mechanism in Arkham Horror 2nd Edition, right? Which fine tunes how the game is working against you. Because it'll be like, put this down, and every turn you're going to add a token to it until there's one token on here for each player. When that happens, then this bad event happens, or something like that. So it always gives the players, when something bad is going to happen, a chance to try and prevent it or prepare for it. That's the big thing, is preparing for bad events that will happen. In in this deck, there are terrible attacks and events that happen, and there's nothing you can do about it. And here's the other thing, is this track that moves, the mechanism to move this is just random cards you pull out of this deck. So again, that track is always going to move, which means the bad cards from Scotland and Cycloth and England are always going to be into the deck, and they're always going to come to screw you over. There's nothing you can do to prevent that. You can do all the conversions and druid killings and leaner conversions that you want, but when these events come out in the game, they override everything you just did, and there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it. So it's unfortunate. There is I could see with 30 turns left in this game where it was going, because there was just no way to get over that hump. There's just no way to get over that hump. The chance, I mean, we gave it a hell of a run. It's just you need, like, literally what you need is you need none of those attacks, right? Those, I guess they call them attacks. You need none of those attacks to come out for like 4 turns in a row, right? And then, or you need them all to come out at the same time, because literally the game is designed where I'm flipping guys over and I'm converting the leaders and I'm doing all this thing to secure an area. And then literally a card will come along and remove the guys, remove the people, just random. Like this area, boom, doesn't matter, gone. You have no say, you have no control over it. And again, it just shows the designers had a goal, and this is how we're going to do it, and this is the best mechanic that we can do, or figure out how to simulate this. Like they wanted this back and forth, but they don't have the experience and the expertise to kind of fine tune that experience. Is what I'm saying. It's not a bad game. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying you can definitely tell that this, let's see, who is this by? Kevin McPartlin and Jerry Shiles. All right. So you can definitely tell that they had probably not have created any other games, or they have very little experience creating games, because they haven't fine-tuned the mechanics, right? The mechanics, I'm sweating bullets here. I don't know why, right? But the mechanic that nobody likes in a game is literally, no matter what you do, you're going to keep drawing cards out of your deck that's going to cause the track of doom to move forward. Like, nobody likes that mechanic. There's nothing I can do. Like, literally, there's nothing I can do, because the cards are in the deck that'll cause this track to go along. And it just so happens it just so happens in our game that the mechanics, the mechanism to move the thing forward, we're at the very bottom of the deck. But what happens if just randomly, they're all in the top half of the deck, right? So literally, these cards might be all the ones that are needed to move that track all the way to the very end, right? You need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, there's 9 cards in the deck. If those 9 cards are all in the first half of the deck, it's going to end when those come up, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's no way to prevent that from happening. You can literally have a really bad game, and you can have like the first 9 cards are nothing but move those cards up the track. Now that's going to be very rare, and the chance of that happening is going to be 1 in like a bazillion, right? You're not going to have that happen, but it could. It could literally happen where the 9 or 10 cards that move that card up, and I'm going to actually count out how many there are in this deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that? Am I? Yeah, I'm absolutely correct. There are 9 cards in the deck, and they're all exactly in the same way. They have the same mechanism on the card where they advance it either 1 or 2 space. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 spaces that these cards move, and they're all the same way. Again, it doesn't matter what card it is on this side, right? And it's going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, only 10 cards are what you need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so 10 cards. So 10 cards is what you need. And some of these, again, will move it either 2 space or 1 space, depending on the card. And these cards are all set up the same way. Now, this shows you, or well, it shows me the inexperience of these designers, because you literally, again, these are just cards that are randomly in this deck, right? Randomly in this deck. And again, they could be the top 9 or 10 cards. And, when I shuffle this deck up and I shuffle, and I get a really bad shuffle, or the shuffling gods hate me, I could literally have like the first 10 cards be those cards and then like nothing you can do about it. That shows inexperience by the game designers, because there's ways to do this mechanic other ways. Like, for example, right, they actually had the answer where they have these cards from Scotland, Strathclyde, and England, right? So you have a deck of these cards, you have a deck of these cards, and you have a deck of these cards, right? And you add in these cards once your little mechanism, or once you get to this area, you add in these cards. And once you get to this area, you add in these cards. And once you get to this area, you add in these cards. All right? Brilliant, good, but they messed up, because what you needed to do was take some of these cards and put them in there to prevent an issue where I have a great game, right? And it's going along swimmingly well, and I'm not advancing the track because I'm preventing the track from moving, right? And then I'm not adding more bad cards to the deck. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen because you always will have those cards moving it forward. They're always going to be in the deck. And when they automatically move the track forward, then you get those other cards in there. And those are the cards that basically undo everything you've done in the game so far and completely can screw you over. Because if you get to a point where I'm doing pretty good and we're limiting the pagans and most of the leaders are converted and this, bam, you flip over a card and all of a sudden you remove the king, you remove the chief, and you remove 2 of your followers, plus you take damage because you happen to be there. And literally in one turn, it is randomly undone everything you've done. Randomly. And there's nothing you can do about it. So what they needed to do was they needed to take they needed to take those 10 cards out of the deck. Right? They needed to take those 10 cards out of the deck, and they needed to include just 2 or 3 of them. Right? And then they take the other ones and they would have put those in the deck, the Scotland deck and the Scathcloth deck and the England deck. So when I have 2 or 3 of those bad cards, and then Farnley, oh shoot, and then we got to Scotland, and then we take the deck from Scotland and we shuffle the Scotland cards in here. Then it would have several more of those cards that would move the track in front of again. So if there's a way to prevent that from happening, again, you don't want to, especially with solo games, you don't want to haul your people in to making them think that they don't have any decisions. Like literally, I felt like my decisions that I make had no bearing on the outcome of this game. The only thing that had an outbearing on this game was whether or not the cards that changed the board, those attack cards, right? Where like literally, I mean, there's like 8 of these. There's probably more than that in the game. Remove from Ulid, the chief, 3 people and replace them with pagans, the church, and any relic from this area. Also, any saint loses 1 zeal for each flock and church removed from their area. Again, randomness, which I don't mind randomness, but it's like I now have a new chief in the area, and I have 3 new people. I lost my church and my relic if I had them, and they're all gone because it just randomly chose that area. And there's literally a card for every one of the different areas in the game. So there's good mechanics to a game would be to prevent cards from like this screwing you over. Like, for example, like if you got your church up to like say level 2, right? Then you would have on the card, do these bad things, boo, bad, replace, convert your people over, unless you have a level 2 or higher church. Now you might say, that seems broken, Chester, but it's not, because there's only 1 level 3 church that you can build, because it's limited by how many there are in the game. And there's only 1 level 3 church, and there's only 4 level 3 churches. There's only 4 level 3 churches. Level 2 churches. Sorry, level 2 churches, and then they go flying across the table. So like now, I only have 4 of them, so I have to pick and choose which area am I going to build the church. So that is what I call good game design, because the game is again trying to screw you over, but if you prepare and you make good decisions, you can prevent the bad things from screwing you over. That is what I call good game design and good game decisions. They don't have that in this game. They don't have where if you do something well, you've just designed and built in your area and you've done the right things, then you prepared well, then you can undo what the game's done to you. And that they don't have that. They don't have that in this game. And it just shows inexperience by the game designers. And again, I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying the game is designed to work against you, but your decisions, unfortunately, don't matter, because there's nothing you can do to prevent the things that are going to happen from the deck. There's nothing you can do in the game to prevent this track from moving forward. Nothing. There's absolutely nothing you can do. Those 9 cards, which I've already shown you, right? Those 9 cards that I've already shown you are in the base game, right? All of these attack cards are in the base game. So that track will move forward, whether you like it or not. And there's no decisions you can make that'll alter that. Which takes us to the second bad point, which is the cards that come into the deck, the Scotland cards, the Strathclyde cards, and the England cards. Again, good design decision by the designers. Good that they decided, hey, you know what? We should have different areas. We can add different cards in to the game. That is a good design. But they show their inexperience with designing games because they don't put the proper cards into that pile, right? They should take those cards that screw you over and put them into the extra pile deck. So what if you do bad things and the game is working against you, you're going to get more of the bad piles coming into the game. So that is good game design, right? If I can do good things and I can prevent more bad things from coming into the deck, that should be good. That should make a difference in how the game turns out. Hey Mike, how you doing? JBX 3000, what's going on? What are the victory conditions? Right there, your game just the end of the game. You can put this on pause. You can take a screenshot. You can do whatever you want. There's the end of the game and how it happens. All right. One of the ways you win is by converting all of the people in Ireland to Christian, right? So again, this is kind of where the downfall to the game design and the inexperience for the game designers, in that, okay, if that's your goal, right, then you can't have the game randomly just attack different locations just randomly and flip those things back over just randomly, because like at the end of the game we've got almost all of it converted, and all we're doing now is running around trying to get over those last few things that the game wants to screw you over with. And that's all that's it doesn't, I guess the decision is at the end of the game, right? It's a matter of, does the attacks happen or do they not happen, right? So I could have won if those random attacks wouldn't have come out, because we had converted most everything on the board, and then all of a sudden 2 or 3 attacks happened and half the board is now pagan again for some reason. So we could have won if those attacks would have been, randomly again, instead of like the last, say the last 5 cards from the bottom, right? If they would have been the very bottom cards, we could have possibly won, because these cards didn't do an attack. And maybe the attacks are on the bottom. Again, it shows inexperience in the game design. There's so many good ways to do this, and the designers had good ideas. But again, right, this mechanic where, oh shit, we got a yellow, we got a yellow or red event coming up, that they're going to be horrible, right? No, not necessarily. If you got one of these, it doesn't matter what your event happened, because again, no matter what it was going to move the thing. Just automatically move it. So it doesn't matter what event you are. So this is kind of broken. This needed to change, where if you were doing, say, a blue or green event, then maybe it gives you a bonus, like, earn a zeal back, or build a church for free, something like that. But no, it's just like completely random. You can have a really good blue event, like, oh hey, we had some divine intervention, and then the next thing that pops out is this random boom, we have an attack and it doesn't matter because your blue arrow is wasted. How many times did that happen? Way too many times. It's interesting because Kevin McPartlin is one of the designers and is designed to hide a bit of stuff. And is designed to hide a bit of stuff. A lot of stuff. And is designed to hide a lot of stuff. I I I I play a lot of games. Here's what I know. I play a lot of games. I've seen and played thousands of different games. I've experienced good games. I've experienced bad games. I've experienced everything in between. All right. I am not saying that this game is bad at all. I am not saying it's a bad game. Do not get me wrong. I am just saying this game has the potential to be something really good, right? With some design decision alterations, right? So here, if I was going to play this game again, which I might, what I would do is I would literally take all except for 2 of these attack cards. I'm going to take all of them out except for 2, right? Because it only takes 2. It only takes 1 to move it. It only takes 1 to move it, right? You don't need 10 cards that move it in your base deck. You don't need that because it only takes 1 to move it into Scotland. And when it moves to Scotland, right off the bat, right, all the Scotland cards come into play. So what I would do is I would take all your cards that have the attack. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay, so you have your 9 of cards that do your attack, right? You don't need all 9 of these cards in your base game because it only takes 1 to move it, right? So what I would do is I would have 1 or 2 in your base deck, and then I would take the other ones and I would maybe put 2 in there and maybe 3 in there and maybe 2 in the bottom like this. So this way, they start adding to your deck slowly but surely instead of just all randomly at the beginning, just in your deck right off the bat. Still your timing mechanism for your game. It's still the timing mechanism for your game, which is another bad design decision. Bad design decision is this should not be your time. I've seen too many games where this is your timing mechanism, and when it's done right, it's fine, right? When it's done right, it's fine, but when it's not done right, it's not done fine, right? In this case, right, it's not done right because this deck alters based upon when those cards enter into your deck. Enter into your hand. They come into your hand sometime during the game because the events, those events are gonna, again, those events are always gonna happen no matter what you do. There's no power you have. It doesn't matter how brilliant you play the game. Those events are always gonna happen every single time. So you're always going to see the same events. You're always going to experience the same events. You're always going to see the same attacks every game. Which means this game, for me, doesn't have a lot of replayability because it's going to be the same every single time. Every time you play. So I play a lot of games. I play a lot of good games. I played a lot of bad games. I can see good games. I can see bad games. I see good game decisions. I see bad game decisions. That's what I do. That's kind of my thing, I guess, right? And there's just, for me, there's just too many random, like randomness. Again, randomness is fine. It's just how you do the randomness. Like we have this deck, this super cool deck of Gifts of the Spirit, right? Gifts of the Spirit. You got all these special things, and they're randomly determined when they're going to happen, like based upon when the events happen in this deck. So, like, now just think, literally, again, this is all randomly shuffled together. The first card I draw could be, oh, hey, get one of these super cool cards. And so, like, the rest of the game, I can have, say, a +1 to all my conversion attempts. And then the next card I draw could be get 2 more of those events. And so all of a sudden, I'm +1 in converting my people. And I'm also +1 free build per turn. So you can see the issue, right? The issue is if I randomly shuffle this deck, like randomly shuffle it, I could end up getting 2 really powerful cards in the beginning of the game that would allow me to have them for the rest of the game. Right? Which is going to make the game somewhat easier because now I got these super powerful cards right at the beginning. What happened in our game is we didn't see any of these till the very last card of the game. Like 4 cards from the bottom of the deck. We got one of our events, 10 cards from the bottom, and then the next one was 4 cards from the bottom. So randomly, when we shuffled our deck together, right? We could have gotten them at the top of the deck, but ours were at the very bottom of the deck. So randomly, we now are getting our super powerful items and special powers at the end of the game. While randomly, you can get yours right off the bat. So it doesn't, this is where the problem is because now I don't feel like you say, hey, I won the game because I was able to get my Bell of the Testament and the Faithful Mission, right? I got those like, oh yeah, I got these right in the beginning of the game. And so the rest of the game, I was able to get +1 to converting people. And I was able to get 1 free build every turn. Oh, and I was like, oh, well, I didn't get anything special to the very end. And it's all based upon the random shuffling of the deck. So again, instead of having some of these special cards in those side decks, Scotland and Strathclyde and England, which they should have been, everything is in the deck to start with, except for the attacks, right? So there's all the Scotland cards, the Strathclyde cards, and the England cards are basically all attacks that do really bad, nasty things. So, yeah, I just, it's, yeah. I mean, true, I was also playing it wrong, right? So I missed a couple rules, which was, my fault. The other thing, it's the deck. The deck mechanism in this game isn't designed well. It's not designed well, right? Like I'm gonna show you a perfect example, right? is the six priests that we get. The 6 priests that you choose to add to the deck are randomly shuffled in to the deck, the main deck again. You get 6 cards. They're all you get to choose your 6 priests, and you are just taking these priests and you're shuffling them into your main deck, right? So again, where they get shuffled into this random deck determines the outcome of how you're going to be able to play the game. Because if those 6 random things end up in the very bottom of your deck, you're not going to see another one of those priests until the very end of the game. Well, somebody else can get very lucky, and those 6 priests could be in the very top of their deck, and they have plenty of options for their people. So let's just examine coin, if you're familiar with the coin system, right? Coin is very similar with a big deck that has events, right? And they have this special event that happens every so often in the game, which is what these priests are supposed to represent. Something special happening in the deck. So how does coin handle this? You don't just take those cards and randomly shuffle them into the deck and just hope and pray, right? Hope and pray that they end up separated in the deck, right? Because, I mean, the designer is thinking, well, if I take 6 of these priests and I just randomly shuffle my deck, you're going to have one in the top, you're going to have a couple in the middle, and you're going to have a couple on the bottom, right? You're going to have a couple at the top, a couple in the middle, and a couple at the bottom. If you randomly shuffle 6 cards in the deck, that's what should happen. It's what should happen, but that's not what happens, people. That's not what happens. So how does coin handle, hey, we got these special cards, you're going to shuffle. What they do is they say, okay, you're going to take 15 cards and you're going to set them aside. You're going to take the next 15 cards and you're going to set them aside. You're going to take the next 15 cards. You're going to shuffle them aside. And then you're going to take the special card, right? You're going to take the special card and you're going to put it in that group of 10 to 15 cards, depending on the game. And you're going to shuffle it up. You're going to shuffle it up, right? And then you're going to put that a card. And then you're going to take the next group and you're going to take that card and you're going to slide it in there, right? And you're going to shuffle it up. And what does this do? What does this do, my friends? What does this do? This guarantees that you don't have inconsistencies in your deck, right? This is what guarantees inconsistencies from happening with your super special powerful cards, right? And then the next group, we got another one, and we take another card, and we're going to slide it in there, and we're going to shuffle this deck up, and we're putting this deck on top. So now I've got the deck seated where I'm going to have a good card in the first 10 to 12 cards, right? And then I'm going to have another one in the first 10 to 12 cards, and another one, but I'm not going to have like all 6 at the very top. I'm not going to also have all 6 at the very bottom of them. That is what you call good game design, because now you've taken your special cards and you don't just put them randomly in the deck and leave it to chance. Again, yes, I could randomly shuffle this up and I could randomly have 2 at the top, 2 in the middle, and 2 at the bottom. But you can also get screwed over and not have any of the 6 in the first half of the deck. It's very easy with this amount of cards. You can see there's, I don't know how many cards there are. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 2, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46. That's not even all of them because I don't even have, here's a whole nother group. 50, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So there's like 60 cards, right? So if you're randomly shuffling 6 into a 60 card deck, you should try to get one of those cards every 10 cards. So again, good design decision would have been take your priest, take your 6 priests, right? Randomly shuffle them so you don't know which one it is. And you're going to take 10 cards and you're going to shuffle that priest in the first 10 cards, right? And then you're going to do that. You're going to randomly take the next priest. Don't look at it. Take the next 10 cards. Shuffle that in there. Boom, like that. Very good. Take the next priest and the next 10 cards. We're going to shuffle that priest in there like this, right? So now I've got a fair deck. I've got a fair deck where I'm not going to get all my priests at the top. I'm not going to get all my priests at the bottom. That would help fix part of the problem that this game has. But I don't think it's going to fix all of this issue because the way the deck is designed, there's too many flaws in this deck game. There's this is an awesome, right? And the mechanisms, right, for having the pointing to the oh yeah, we're going to do a green event. How many times they say, oh yeah, we're going to do a green event, and it ends up screwing us. It ends up screwing us because number one, you can end up with an attack, right? Which doesn't matter what your event is. Again, they all do the same thing. They screw over all your events, whether they were good or bad. And then, what was the question I asked you earlier about the coin system? What was the question I asked you about earlier with the coin system? I don't remember, Mike. What did you ask me about the coin system? Sorry. What was the question I asked you about earlier with the coin? I was looking to see if Mike's replying. So it just shows for me. Just it seems like again they had it in their head how they wanted to handle it, right? They had okay. What we want is we want a solo cooperative game. The game works against you. You're doing things. You're doing your actions, and then the game is doing things against you, right? And like you said, that's a very popular mechanic with solo. Is the game does things against you, and you do things to work against the game, and it's this back and forth struggle, right? If I play it again, you should set the deck up like that and try it again. Do coin games see decks? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Is the coin deck coin is you're setting up your deck a specific way with a certain amount of cards, and then depending on the game system, each of the coins does it kind of slightly different, and they've kind of this is what I was talking about in the beginning, right? So coin is a great example, right? Volkel Renke designed Labyrinth first before coin, right? And so the mechanics from coin kind of came from Labyrinth. And this is a perfect example of what I was talking about earlier with the fine gentleman, Kevin McPartlin and Jerry Stiles, right? So I don't know these guys. They don't know me. I don't know them from Adam. They could walk in right now into my room and I would never know who they are, right? So I don't know these guys. They're probably great guys. Okay, this is nothing against them personally. But here's the thing. Volkel Renke, right? When Alien Abyss came out, right? They had this mechanic where you would take, right, 10 cards, right? And you would take the top card, right? And you would put it in there and you would shuffle them up, right? And the problem with this was you could shuffle it up and then your card might be the first card. You could draw it out because you're randomly shuffling it in there. And so they figured this out. So if you look at coin through the years, they actually, the system is the same, but they refined it through experience and learning what they did wrong. That's where I think Kevin McFarlane and Jerry Stiles, they don't have that experience to go back on. They don't have that experience to go, we have this idea and we want to add priests in the deck, which is a great idea, right? I think it's a great mechanic, right? Because you have your priests, and then what happens when they die? Well, we'll just have other priests in the deck for them, and then they can, when their priest dies, they can use the priest they get from the deck. Yes, good idea. Great. They just didn't execute it with experience, right? They had the idea, right? The idea came in their head. Somebody said, "Oh, you know what we should do? We should have the priest in the deck," right? But then they didn't think about what happens if randomly, again, it's a 1 in a bazillion chance, but let's just say something weird happens and I'm randomly shuffling this deck and the bottom 6 cards are all my priests, right? So like literally the bottom 6 cards, again, 1 in a billion, it's not going to happen, but let's just say it does. And I randomly shuffle my deck. Now my priests are all at the very bottom. I have to play the whole game to get to my priests, which are at the bottom. That's unfair advantage, just because of random nature of shuffling your deck. And the way to get around that, good mechanics and good game design gets around that by saying, okay, what we're going to do is you're going to take your deck and you're going to shuffle it into 6 equal piles. That's how coin started doing it. You're going to take your deck and you're going to shuffle it into 6 equal piles, right? And then in each one of your piles, you're going to take your special event and you're going to, now they also learned, right? They also learned you can't just put it in there and randomly shuffle, because again, it could end up being the top card, right? If you randomly do that. So what they had to do was you take your 10 cards, right? And you take the bottom 3 and you shuffle it in with those bottom 3 cards, and then you put that on the bottom of your 10. Because again, if you look through coin is a perfect example of this. They learned. 80 and Abyss comes out. Oh, the problem was we just randomly shuffled it in. The first play of the game, somebody flips it over. It's a special card. Wait, what a minute. Wait, we just started the game. How can it be the special event? So then you go with a distant plane. Now you go with Cuba Libre, right? Oh, so now what you do is you shuffle it up, but instead of just putting it randomly in the 10, right? Instead of just randomly putting in the 10, you say, okay, I'm going to take my 10 cards. I'm taking the bottom 3, and I'm shuffling it in the bottom 3, and then I'm putting that underneath the other 7. So the first 7 cards that come out, right, are normal cards, and then it's randomly in there. We don't know where it's at. It also fixes the problem where you could have a situation where you have one special event and then you have the next group of 10, right? And it just so happens the next group of 10 had this special event. So you have a special event that works into another special event. And they learned, again, through the series, through experience, through faults, through problems, they learned. And now, after 10 games, they've finally figured out how to set the deck properly. But it's taken 10 games for them to get from point A to point Z. Kevin McFarlane and Jerry Stiles haven't had 10 games to figure this out, right? They haven't had 10 games. So their idea was we should put our druids into the deck. Good idea, just poorly executed. That's why, again, I said I think the game, nothing wrong with the game. Don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with the game at all. It just shows lack of polish and experience, especially experience. Again, I don't know these guys from Adam. They're probably great guys. They're probably wonderful. They just haven't had the to get over the humps like the coin game. Again, go watch and play through coin and you can see the evolution of here's a deck of cards. This is the most important thing that we have is the events that the players will interact with every single turn. When you are designing a game, right? And this is the most important thing in the game, you need to make sure this works the best. The way that this is designed currently is not the best. Again, from inexperience and design decisions. They had some great design decisions. We're going to have this separate deck for Scotland cards. Beautiful idea. Great idea. But what they should have done was they should have taken half of the bad decks out of there, or half of the bad cards, right? And they should have separated those cards into those decks, into the Scotland deck, into the Strathclyde deck, and into the England deck, instead of having everything jammed in here right off the bat. Because again, it would never happen, right? But you can literally see it's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is 10 spaces to get from start to finish. If by some miracle I randomly shuffled and my first 10 cards were move 1, move 2, move 1, move 2, move 1, move 1, move 1, and move 1, the game's over. The first 10 cards, the game could be over because the 10 cards that move that are all in this deck. They should not all be in this deck for two reasons. Number one, the players have no say over what happens. No say over what happens. If all 10 of those cards are in the deck, then this track is always going to move, and there's nothing I can do as a player to prevent that from happening. Nothing I can do. It's just, again, where is it going to happen? Is it going to happen in the first 10? Is it going to happen in the second 10? Or is it going to happen in the bottom 10? Right? Where are those cards in the deck? Are they shuffled randomly in the top? Randomly in the middle? Are they spread out evenly? Are there several times where you could get several in a row? We had one situation in our actual playthrough. We had one, we had a normal event, and then we had another one. I mean, sure, randomness happens, right? I've been at a casino, right, where you can sit down at the roulette table and you can look up at the board and it's rolled 18 times where it's had black in a row. And I say to the wife, give me some money. Give me some money. I need to put $20 down because look, it looks like it's black, 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 black. 18 times in a row, it's due for red. Give me $20. Give me $20. Put $20 down. Guess what? Black. Another black. Random, it don't matter. Random is random. Yeah, random is random. You can have 20 times in a row where black comes up, and guess what? It keeps coming up black. Black, 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 black. 25 times in a row. Every stinking time. And it just makes you so mad because it's like, no, how can that happen? No, wait. How can that happen? How can you have another black one? There's no way. Yes, it's just because it's random. So again, when you're seeding your deck with a randomness of just hoping the players shuffle it well, again, I don't think that everything I've talked about is going to change a damn thing because too many things rely on this deck. They need to do a rework on this deck because the Saints need to be spread around, right? The good cards, the cards that give you, again, the gifts of the spirit, these super, +1 to convert druids. Tell me it's not going to make a big difference if I get this right off the bat, right? For the rest of the game, I get +1 to convert all druids? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That saves me actions. It saves me failed conversions. That's a 16% increase in 16.666% better chance that I'm going to have converting druids for the rest of the game. If you don't get this card, you don't get that. So it's just randomly in the deck, where are those cards shuffled up that give you the bonuses, right? Are they in the top or in the bottom? For our game, we had one about 10 to 12 cards from the bottom, and then we had one that was 4 cards from the bottom. So those bonuses that we got, like at the end of the game, mean nothing. They mean nothing at the end of the game. You need to get those in the beginning of the game. So again, this deck means everything, right? And it needs to be set up evenly. And again, the design decision is shuffle it all up and make sure you shuffle everything in there randomly so everything's even and fair. But as we talked about, you can't rely on even and fair when you're doing randomness. You can literally shuffle random deck and the top 10 cards could all be black, right? They could all be black. What are you going to do then? What are you going to do then? What are you going to do then? Some of the, again, really, there's some really good ideas. I love this little mechanic, right? The problem with this is, again, too random on whether or not it's going to help you or hurt you, because I can have a blue event and you're like, oh, thank God, we're going to have a blue event coming up. Woo, that's good, right? It goes from red to orange to yellow to green to blue, and they're supposed to be from the worst to the best. And they are. Most of the cards are like that. They have the bad events, and they have a medium event, and they have a good event. The things that break this are, number one, all of those attack cards. Doesn't matter what event you had, they all do the exact same thing. That breaks the game. These cards break the game badly. They needed to be all different. Every one of them need to be different, right? Second of all, the other thing that breaks the game is the fact that some of your blue events, right, can be bad, right? Here's one. Here's a blue event that is major attack from England. We remove the High King and we remove the King from muster, from Leinster. We remove from Liege and Oran. So literally this card removes all 4 kings from the different areas. They remove all 4 of the chiefs from the different area, and they remove 4 different people from the area. So you can imagine that if you spent 20 to 30 actions converting them, getting them flipped over, and then converting the people, converting the leaders, converting the kings, getting those areas. Now, this one card comes along and literally undoes everything you can do with you have no say over it whatsoever. No say whatsoever. And this is a blue event. So literally, if we are doing this, right, we played this card and it's pointing to blue. We're like, yes, we got a blue event coming up. This blue event screws us over like there's no tomorrow. And that is the blue event. So again, the blue and red and green, brilliant idea, completely ruined by bad design decisions. You needed to have it so blue and green events are always, 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 always good for the players. Yellow and orange are maybe good, maybe bad, maybe halfway terrible, maybe halfway kind of good, in the middle. And then your red is terrible events. You needed to have that all the time. I can, and it goes the other way too, right? So I can look at red events. Here is one, a red event. You think I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. Here's a red event. Randomly select one gift of the spirit. This is a red event. I get to randomly select one available gift of the spirit card and place it with your same cards. This is a red event where I literally get one of the most powerful cards in the game for free. That is a red event. Yes, a red event. You heard me correctly. So you can see the problem I have. Great design decision. We're going to have these, these events based upon how you did before. And, if I was going to give you a bad card, then maybe, we give you a little reprieve the next time, Again, good design decision, badly implemented. That was absolutely horrible. Here's another red event. Too many people enter their clergy. No event. It's a red event. Too many people enter the clergy. No event. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see what else we have here. All right. Here's another red event. Eager followers. No one is eager. No event. Another red one that's not bad. Here is, no, that's a save. There's another one. Here's another one of these cards. That's an issue where you have several of these in your deck where are, save this card for later and you get, you can use it to reroll a die. You can use it to build something, whatever whatever the reason for saving this card is. But you have several of these save the cards. Again, just in your random deck. Again, they could be at the top. They could be at the bottom. You could have 4 of them right in the row. Again, black, 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 black. You could have 4 of them right off the bat where I've got saved card, save card, save card, save card. While another player draws the first 4 cards and it moves the thing, moves the thing, moves the thing, moves the thing. And now they've got all the Scotland cards in their deck and they're 1 card away from getting the Cyclops cards in their deck as well. While I've got 3 power cards. All because of random shuffle. No. Bad design decision. Inexperienced design decision. Not a bad game. It's just poorly implemented in what they wanted to do because of inexperience is my thought. Because there's ways to do what they wanted to do better, right? I've played them, I've seen them, I've experienced them. What they should have done was called me up on the phone and said, here's what we're trying to do. And the first thing I would have said was, oh yeah, okay, here's what you need to do. This deck is your lifeblood. You need to make this deck the most interesting and best thing in the game. You need to make sure this is fair and equal to the players, and you need to make sure it's not based on randomness and how random the events and the things are that they shuffled into their deck. It's just not done that way. Another great example, if you want to look at professional game design, let's look at Elder Tour. Right? Elder Tour is basically this game, right? Basically this game, but on instead of just Ireland, they're trying to save the world. Basically the same thing. You're running around, you're trying to save the world, trying to undo what the game is doing for you. So how does the game decide if it's easy or hard? They have cards based upon the enemies you're facing, and it'll tell you, put into the deck 3 green cards, which are good cards. You're going to take 3 blue cards, right, which are kind of and you're going to take 3 orange cards, and those are kind of bad, kind of bad on the bad side, and then you're going to add in 5 red cards, and that determines how difficult your game is because this card is always good. These cards are always kind of iffy, and then these cards are always bad. Right? Instead of trying to put all of those on the same card. That's where this game ran into problems, is because they're trying to give good and bad events on the same card. And now my camera's all freaked out for some reason. So there is good and there's the bad. Um, I like, and we're gonna try to see about getting the game to or the camera to focus in on us again. Hello, Mr. Rulebook. Let's move this out of the way. That might actually help. There we go. For some reason, it likes this brown of this rulebook, which is nice. I've had camera issues focusing, but for some reason I bring this out. I don't know if it's the font or the brown. I don't know, but the cameras tend to like it. Yeah, I think I've harped on it long enough. It's again, it's not a bad game. It's just it shows like coin 1.0. Like here's the game. What do you think? And the game's fine. Coin like Alien Abyss is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But when you compare it to the newer games in the series, you can see a big difference. Like Alien Abyss is way down here. The new games are way up here because they've had 10 games of the series to learn and progress through and say, well, how do we do better next time? Oh, you don't create a random deck and throw all your special events in there. That's just not how you do it. Really? Yeah, it's true. Right. And then, oh, well, we should probably change that. Right. We probably should change that. And they did change it. And now it's so much better. They don't do that anymore. And they did do that in the beginning. And they learned and they tried different things. So I just think it shows a little bit of inexperience. And it also shows that they didn't how do I put it? They didn't think about how the game was gonna, interact with the players. Again, they had a game, they had a design they had in mind, and then they put the mechanics and the things together that would produce the game that they had in mind, instead of saying, oh, wait a minute, we can't do it this way because it's not going to matter. If we add these cards to the deck, then it's not going to matter what the players do because these cards are going to be in the deck. Yeah, they should have cut a lot of this stuff with playtesting. But again, I don't know if GMT has the Euro playtester backgrounds, right? They don't have, if they had 20 guys like me, then maybe, but I think they have a lot of wargamer guys that are playtesting and saying, oh yeah, this is really good. It's resource management, blah, blah, blah. Right? They don't have 20 guys that have played 1,000 different games and say, oh yeah, this is good, but hang on a second. You can't just randomly put things into a deck because what happens if they randomly shuffle and the first 6 cards are all priests, and the designer says, oh, that's not going to happen. You're right, it probably won't, but it could. Then what happens? You need to have people playtesting that ask these, I guess, tough, difficult questions. So, and if you don't have these people, then you need to contact me, I guess, and ask me these tough questions because I'll tell you the way it is. You know that. I guess some people don't want to. Guess they don't want to hear that. I guess. Again, I'm not saying this game is bad. I just think they just GMT with the Euro game shows kind of some inexperience in what they're doing with the game. Again, I love GMT. I'm not putting GMT down. I'm not putting GMT down. I'm just saying I appreciate them trying different things. I appreciate them making Banish the Snakes. they're branching out and doing other games other than war games, which I applaud them for, and I give them 2 thumbs up, and I say thank you. I pre-ordered P500 this, and I was looking forward to this. I wanted to try it out because I knew it was a resource management game, a Euro game, and I love Euro games, and I wanted GMT to produce me one. What we needed was GMT to look at how other Euro makers make their games and say, what can we learn from them to help us? They literally made it just like one of their war games. The same box. It's just, if you look at any Euro game on the market, right? I can look at any Euro game. I can randomly go and pick up and order a Euro game, and they're all come like this. This is the box they come in, right? Because of the boards, right? The boards size or this size, right? Give me another one. Give me another one. You get my point? My point is every Euro game is the same. Every single Euro game is the same box. It's the same exact same size because all the companies have learned through years and years of practice and producing that this is the best size to make their Euro game boxes, to fit the components in, to fit the boards in, to fit all the cards that they need, to fit the inserts and do whatever they need to do. Every Euro game you buy is that size box. 95% of them are that size. I could grab them all off my shelf and bring them over here and stack them up from floor to ceiling, and you'll see they're all the same goddamn size. And there's a reason for that. Experience, right? GMT, again, this is not against GMT. I'm just saying they're producing a Euro game. They're producing a Euro game, which, yay, as a resource management game, not their forte, and I applaud them for trying it. They needed to look at all the way other companies do it and figure out how can we incorporate that with us. What GMT did, unfortunately, was they said, this is the way we do things, and this is what we're going to do when we produce this game. And you can tell by the board, the size of the board is not a normal Euro game. It is a normal war game size board. Which, I don't know how I feel about that, but it's weird. It's weird. You're making a Euro game, but you're trying to make it for war gamers. It's not a war game. GMT, you cannot fool people into thinking this is a war game. It's not a war game. It's a Euro resource management game. That's what you should have put on the goddamn cover, right? A Euro resource game from GMT. Maybe a lot more people would have pre-ordered it that way, right? Nobody knew what Banish the Snakes was. And you're in this weird mechanic where you have GMT, which is known for war games, and GMT is producing it, and they're going to market it to war gamers as an offshoot to wargaming, and try to get the wargamers interested in it, and then also hopefully get the Euro gamers interested in it, even though it's made by GMT. So you're in this weird crossover bubble thing where you don't get the Euro gamers interested in it because it's made by a war game company, And then you don't get the war gamers interested in it because it's not a war game. So, unfortunately, I don't know how well it did, and I don't know how well it'll do in the future, but I think they need to. You do a great job producing your games, and again, you make war games, but you also branched out and done other things, which I love. Yes, but you need to look at the way. If I was going to be an NFL quarterback and I could be the best guy coming out of the college draft and going into, I'm going into San Francisco, right, or wherever, and I'm the new rookie, and I'm the hottest guy in the market, right? Those guys fail, right? Look at Ryan Leaf, right? Everyone, oh, he's got the size, he's got the strength, he's got blah, 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 right? Because he came in with the attitude of, I'm the best, I'm going to do it my way. If you don't like it, too bad. And he failed. And you can literally go through NFL history over and over and over again, and you can see the people that fail over and over and over again, right? And it's those people that don't learn from other people, right? We can also look at the people that were successful, right? Let's look at Aaron Rodgers, right? Aaron Rodgers came in the league as a backup to Brett Favre on the Green Bay Packers, right? He sat behind Brett Favre and he learned and he watched and he absorbed the information, and he learned how to be a quarterback for several years before he was thrown in the ringer and had to produce from scratch. Those are the people that are successful. And that's what I'm saying about GMT is they can't go into this when they're going to make a game. They can't go into this thinking we're going to do it the way we always do things because that's the way we've always done it. Because they're going to end up failing if they do it that way. What they need to do is they need to look at all the people that have done it in the past and been successful and said, what do they do so we can do it that way? That's the difference. That's where I see the difference in this game than if I pick up a regular, typical, what I would call a typical Euro game off the shelf, and I look at it and I go to play it. Not that this is a bad game, it's just that GMT was going to make it their way with their box, right? Their normal box and their normal size, and we're going to produce it our way, and that's fine. It's just not up to the standards that other people more successful than you have done it in the past. You can continue doing it this way, and that's fine. But if you want more success from these games and you want to take the next step up, then you need to learn from the people that have come before you and absorb that information so that you can make better decisions going forward. I think this game, although it's great, it's fun, it's interesting, you're not going to see a lot of games on this subject matter, right? In all, is going to end up being forgotten about in a couple years because it just doesn't stick out as either a good Euro game or a good war game for either one of those sides. I just think it sits somewhere in the middle. It needed to be a Euro game, produced for a Euro game, guys, and designed that way with that in mind to tighten up the mechanics and everything. But we, again, GMT doesn't have that experience, and the designers didn't have that experience to bring to the table to make this what it could be. That's all I'm saying. So there you go. It's it's hmm, it's hmm. I just yeah. I just yeah. I'm just gonna call it at that. I guess it just seems I don't I don't wanna say it's a bad game because it's not a bad game. It's just uh it just doesn't seem as tight and it's designed as it could have been, and kind of disappointed in that. I guess I was hoping that uh, maybe it would have been better. Uh, I am all for and last but not least, let's get the focus here back on the old book here. Hello. Uh, this, my friends, is typical Euro. Typical Euro. This shows me they're learning something, right? So if you go to any Euro game, the first page, like 90% of them, like let's just randomly grab one. Like page one of the rule book is normally like shows you like here's what it looks like when it's all set up. Right? Page one. Right? Here's what our components are. Here's what it looks like when it's all set up. So that's a good sign, right? Here's the last thing I'm going to say about Banish the Snakes, at least this time, is I can also tell there's an issue with that damn die, and go back and watch these replay too many times. That one comes up, which shows me the inexperience on producing a die with a special side to it, right? I know GMT's done lots of special dies with stars or whatever, but however they produce this one, there is definitely something wrong with that die. I can almost guarantee, right? There's got to be something wrong with that dice. And that shows me, again, inexperience from how they, where they ordered it from, how it was produced, or whatever. There's something wrong with that die that came. I literally rolled that dice 20 times, and I'm thinking 12 of the 20 times I rolled it, it came up as a 1. So there's something wrong with that dice. And no, I switched to the dice tower. And it still rolled it. And then I got rid of the dice tower because I said, I'm not using a dice tower if it keeps rolling a 1. And it kept rolling the 1. There's something wrong with the dice. I am not a conspiracy theorist. There is something wrong with that die. It might not be all of them, but there's something wrong with the die that I got. I would love to send it in and get it analyzed or something, because there is something wrong with the dice that I got. So that just shows me more inexperience on, if we're going to create a special die and you're going to put a 4-leaf clover on it, you're taking that material off of that side, right? You're taking that material off of that side, which is going to make that side lighter, right? then you're going to have to put like something on that to compensate for that. Otherwise, that side's going to be super lighter, which means the other side is going to be heavier and is going to want to always sit down that way. I think I don't know what is going on with that die, but of the 20 times, and it was like literally one, and I could pick it up and do it, and 4 times in a row I would roll 1 every single time. I can't. There's something wrong with that die. There's gotta be. I mean, and the other issue I would say is the mechanic for switching the guys over, right? To the backside and back and forth, and having them, they're a -3, and then we're gonna flip them over, and they're gonna be a +2 for us. And you can't look at the other side, right? So you're supposed to randomly, right? Oh, I'll pick it up. Oh, okay, and then I won't look at the other side, so I don't know what's on the other side. I mean, I don't know how to fix that, right? I don't know a better way to fix it. I'm just saying that mechanic, right, is what they should have done. Is how many times do we pull that out of the hat, and you got a 50-50 shot at looking at it, right? Because it's either going to be one side or it's going to be the other side. So 50-50 chance you're going to see it when you pull it out, right? So you can, pretend like I didn't see that. Okay, I'm just going to pretend like I didn't see that number, which is what I started doing, because otherwise I'd have to reach in and get a different one. Oh, shoot, I saw that one too. Oh, this one I didn't see because I happened, 50-50 chance I flipped it over and I saw the pagan side, which is the side it should have come up on. Yeah, try rolling your dice 100 times and see what happens, and then let me know. I would love to find out if it's my dice or if it's all the dice. So that mechanic is I'm not a big fan of that mechanic, because too many times you're going to pull it out and you're going to, oh shit, I saw the wrong side, I'm going to grab you a different one. And then eventually you just say, oh, I'm just going to ignore the fact that I saw the back of this one, right? So what you should have done was actually had, again, how do you get around this mechanic? Well, you have one side in one cup, and you have the other side in a different cup, and so you draw one out, and then you don't have to worry about which side it is. But that's a lot more costly, because then you have double the number of blocks. So I don't know a good way around that. I just don't like that mechanic. That mechanic just doesn't sit right with me. You could use counters, but then you're in the same thing. You're in the same boat where, it's just randomly I poke it out, and look, I looked at the green side. Oh no, I couldn't see that. I don't like that mechanic. That for me is not a good mechanic. Again, I don't know a better way to do that. They should be able to come up with a better way to do that. Anyways, banish the snakes. Yeah, I mean, it's here's the last thing we say about banish the snakes, and then we'll wrap things up. Is my overall impressions of banish the snakes is it's a fine game, right? It's a fine game. There's nothing wrong with the game, right? It just doesn't stand out to me as something special, right? I was hoping, because I'm a big, believe it or not, I'm a big GMT fan. I was hoping with the artwork and Euro resource management, big GMT, I have a new Euro game I can play. This is going to be awesome. I can teach people how to play it, right? I was hoping for top tier, right? I was hoping top tier, right? Top 100 games of all time. That's my qualification. Is this game a top 100 game of all time, right? Is it going to break my top 100? No, it's not going to break my top 100. So for me, it's not a top tier game. I was really hoping, and that's maybe why I'm a little disappointed. I was really hoping it would be a top tier game, and we'd have a great Euro game produced by GMT. We'd be able to play, have a lot of fun, solo. We can also play multiplayer. They also don't even have a vassal module for this yet, believe it or not. They don't have a vassal module for this. Why don't they have a vassal? GMT has vassal modules for everything. You can literally play Tank Duel on a vassal module, but you can't play Banish the Snakes for some reason. Why? Like, part of designing a game at GMT is producing a vassal module for it. And there's no vassal module because me and Tony were going to play it. He was going to run a character, I was going to run a character. We looked it up, and there's no vassal module for it. So we cannot literally play Banish the Snakes, which is kind of disappointing. Like, what are you doing? So I was hoping for top tier, top 100 games of all time. Maybe, in the 90s or 80s would have been great, right? Anything in the top 100? When you play 2,000 different games that I've played, if you're in the top 100, then you're something good. You're something special. That's what I was hoping for, right? I'm not saying it's not top 100 for me material. It's just there's too many issues I have with it. Too many issues, too many inexperiences. It's a fine game. Recommend it. Buy it. Try it out for yourself. See what you think. Your experience might be greater than mine. My experience was very sour because we randomly shuffled the deck and we literally had our what are they called? Gift of the Spirit cards at the very bottom of our deck. And we literally only had one of our saints in the big, literally like right off the bat, we got a saint. And then we didn't get a saint until the longest time. And then both of our saints died. So it was a good thing we did finally get to one. But it could have been very differently. Thanks for watching. We'll see everyone later. Hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully. I doubt it, but it might be. It was interesting. I was hoping for an 8 or 9. I'm giving this game a 5 out of 10. Sorry. It's just a 5. Sorry. I hate giving out 5s or less, but it's only a 5. There's too many other games with resource management that do it better. Hopefully GMT will learn and grow and produce better going forward, and we can only hope. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all next time. Until then, take care, my friends.